Hi, everyone, and welcome to this message on what July will bring for you. Another pick a card reading, and another one that is going to be very interesting. This time, I've chosen two cards as the main message for each group because it helps to just give a bit more direction and a bit more focus to the reading. So, I hope you enjoy this one. As always, comment below and let me know what you chose, what you liked about the reading, and anything that you're planning to do in July that you're really excited about. Also, please share these readings if you enjoy them and you think that there are other people who would also get benefit from them. And of course, you can book a reading with me, or mentoring, or energy clearing, remote healing, and a number of other things if you check for those in the description box below the video. And I look forward to working with you or hearing from you about just this reading. Okay, so as usual, just take a few minutes, breathe, get centered, and ask yourself, ask your higher self, ask your guides. You might have already decided just coming to the reading. Sometimes we just get a hit like that intuitively. Once you've decided which number is yours, which card, which pile is yours, just click on the link, one of the links below, and go to your reading. Enjoy. Okay, so group number one. Your main message, your main cards are cleansing waters, and the message is trying to reach you. And what I feel about this is that you've been waiting to hear about something in the practical, physical world, but I also feel you've been trying to make a decision, and you're reaching for guidance, wanting to know what the answer is, where the answer is going to come from. And it's possible that you've been doing some kind of purification to help you to become more intuitive, more insightful, more connected, and to receive higher guidance regarding your question. So you've got cleansing waters, purification activates vibrant life force. I also want to add to that purification also activates deep intuition and deep connection with the divine. So whether that's drinking lots of water, doing some kind of a fruit cleanse or a juice cleanse, or I'm not recommending these things, do what you feel guided to do. Sometimes it's about adding more water rather than taking everything else away. But if you do feel guided to do something more extreme than that, then I leave that to you. That's your decision. There are lots of people, lots of channels on YouTube where you can research juice fasting, juice cleansing, fruit fasting, all of those things. And my personal experience of it, not as any kind of medical practitioner, but just me personally as a spiritual practitioner, is that it has always helped me to become much more intuitive, to hear more clearly, to see more clearly, to feel more connected and more just in tune with the universe, with God, with my guides. So see whether that helps you. You can also use water in the sense that intentionally showering with intention, or taking salt baths, or anything at all that helps to clear your energy field, to cleanse you, will also help you to clear your mind as well, because you're clearing off the frequencies of other people's thoughts, other people's intentions towards you. Even if that isn't anything malicious, it could be manipulative, it could be that other people have agendas, they have concerns about you, they have directions, ideas about what you should be doing with your life, where you should be going, or maybe they're just in need of your light, and they don't realize that by hooking into it, they're sometimes having a negative impact on you. So keep clearing your energy. If you chose this group, one of the really important messages coming from those two cards in combination is that if you want to receive the message that's trying to reach you, the messages, the intuition, the insight, you must keep clearing your energy and asking, especially Archangel Michael, to make sure that you really are able to tune into what the divine is trying to speak into your heart and your soul, what your higher self is trying to fulfill as a soul contract, and what feels absolutely right for you. So in July, it's going to be a very important month months of cleansing, clearing, and insightfulness. And finally, finally, this is how it feels. If that resonates, take it. If not, then just accept that that could happen at some point over the next few months. But it feels like in July there is a potential for you to finally get clarity over a tricky decision. Could be to do with work, could be to do with career, could be to do with passion, career, could be to do with finances, love, home move, travel plans, anything at all. You are finally going to get the clarity, but clearing your energy regularly is going to help you, and connecting with the divine in a purer way is also going to help you. For those of you who are waiting to hear about something, waiting for a message in the external world, it feels as if that possibility is also going to come closer to you in July. But also sometimes not hearing anything can help you to make a decision. So, if you've been endlessly sending out job applications in a particular area or field that you've worked in before and it's become your thing, it could be that the universe is trying to guide you to something else, and not hearing a message about that, or not hearing the right message, the message you want, is going to be the thing that guides you onto more of a divine path. Let's see what else we've got coming. The lotus within you awakes. So for some of you in July, you are definitely going to be having much more of a spiritual month. You're going to be having much more of a pure month, where you are going to listen to the heart and the spirit much more. You are going to let the divine flow through you more. You are going to listen to what your soul, your awakening soul, is trying to tell you, trying to show you, trying to guide you towards, rather than trying to fit with convention or listen to your head or the practicalities or what reason says. That isn't to say be irresponsible, not at all. Everything needs planning and strategy. But the voyage that you will be taking is a voyage of the heart, and you will be following that path absolutely in July, or at least you'll be sowing the seeds. You'll be making at least one significant move that takes you in that direction, and you're being asked to believe in magic. You're being asked to journey by moonlight, to travel when there's even only just a tiny little spark of light in front of you, but to trust that as you follow the light, because the light is all there is, love is all that matters, as you follow that, it will grow and it will increase. And of course, how could anything else be the right decision for you? You are a beacon of light for others. You are becoming a leader, and perhaps everything that you've been through up to this point has been showing you that, has been forcing you into a position where you will finally take up that leadership mantle, and July is going to be pivotal for that. It's also going to be pivotal for partnerships. So look out for those. Look out for opportunities to partner with others, opportunities to grow beautiful relationships, opportunities to bond with a partner who feels like a kindred spirit, and to either meet them on a deeper level, or for some of you, meet them for the first time, or make plans to meet them for the first time. You might have met someone, online, or you might have been talking to someone for a long time and not had a chance to get together. It could be that in July there is some kind of a union, or some kind of a reunion, or some kind of a decision that will lead to a union or reunion in the future. It's like you finally say, that's it, I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to take a risk. So that could be one of the decisions that you do actually make. Ace of Swords in reverse. Try not to take on a defeatist attitude. Swords are always about thinking. They're always about how we think and perceive things. So Ace of Swords in reverse, you're worried about things not working out, worried about this not being the victory that you hope it will be. But your guides are encouraging you to just trust yourself and to trust the path going forward. Also, the Ace of Swords can be a card for Archangel Michael. So please do call on his help, and do understand that you can be guided and that you can be protected, and your thoughts and your dreams and your plans can be protected, so that you do become absolutely rock solid in making your decisions. And don't think that you're automatically going to be swayed by others because you're an empath, or because you're picking up on their frequencies and their vibrations. Decide, make a decision. When you see the Ace of Swords upright, it makes me think of, you make a decision and you just go for it. You just do it. You just do that thing, and you receive the victory for it, before we become, more seasoned and start overthinking things, before we start moving into Two of Swords territory, where we're riddled with indecision and, compromise and all of those things. So I'm turning that card upright for you, and I'm saying, take control of your mind, take mastery over your life, make your decision, trust yourself that whatever happens, you'll be able to cope with it. Whatever happens, you can manage. Obviously, ask for guidance, trust yourself, and do all things with personal responsibility, from personal choice and decisiveness, and with pragmatism and strategy. Okay, it's time for you to get outside. It's time for you to get out, break out in some way. It's time for you to have some kind of an adventure, and it is time for you to trust what your heart is calling you to do. Some of you just need to actually go outside more in order to become more receptive. So, maybe you don't drink more water. Maybe you don't do a juice cleanse or a fruit fast or any of those things. Maybe you just get outside more and you just walk among the trees and you just sit beside the waters and you just allow those things to connect you with the divine, because it's the same thing. It's the same energy, whether you connect with nature through being in the natural environment physically, or whether you do it by bringing more of nature into your home with plants and with, your aromatherapy oils, or bringing more of nature into your body with the fruit fasting and the juicing and the cleansing. Whatever decision you make, there is a need to get more in touch with the natural world, to get outside, to get fresh air, to connect with nature, to relieve stress, and to gain new creative ideas and spiritual insight. Some of you are writers in this group, because we've got creative writing. And for some of you, that is one of the decisions that you'll be making in July. It's possibly one of the things that you are going to be receiving some kind of opportunity about. So if you've put your feelers out there, it could be that you hear something back from either a writing opportunity, a blogging opportunity, even a book publisher, or someone who wants some sort of freelance writing from you. It could also be that you start journaling more, and that by journaling and scripting as well, and deciding, once you've decided what you really want, you're able to create more of that victory for yourself on your chosen path. But there is undoubtedly a message trying to reach you about your chosen path, and about what it is that you want to be manifesting, that's actually going to be bringing you the greatest satisfaction in life. Regarding creative writing, everything's okay. It's all okay. Don't panic. Don't sweat it. You can be a writer at 90. You can, God willing, obviously, we all want to, we can't take anything for granted about how long we'll actually be here. But if you are a writer and you have words within you, and you have a passion to deliver those words, the important thing is that you do that. The important thing is to do the writing. The important thing is the craft itself. So keep doing it, keep improving, and don't worry too much about any kind of end game or any result that's going to come from it. Just do it because you need to do it in order to release your creative energies. You need to do it in order to allow the divine to channel through you. You need to do it to uplift your soul. And even if you share it on a small scale for the time being, you have words within you that can help to heal others. It's time for you to love and accept yourself exactly as you are, whether or not you are in the place that you thought you would be at this point in your life, whether or not you find it easy to wake up with a smile on your face and optimism in your heart every single day. Whatever stage you're at the moment, it feels as if July is going to be a time of change and transition, and that change and transition could lead you to a greater degree of self-acceptance. I do feel for some of you there is going to be an opportunity coming in. There's going to be something coming in connected to this message that you're waiting for, connected to something that you have been hoping for, dreaming of, trying to decide about, where, it's a combination of something comes to you first, and that message either is exactly what you've been hoping for, or it's something that guides you and just gives you this nudge of being really decisive of, right, if that one didn't work out, I'm just going to accept that that path is no longer for me, that I'm being guided, that the universe is trying to close that door because something bigger, better, brighter, and more aligned is trying to happen for me. And that's when you take the sword, and that's when you say, well, then what is it? What do I really, really want? Who am I going to be? What would I do next if I truly loved and accepted myself? If I truly, truly, truly believed in my journey, and I truly was willing to believe that everything that had happened to me so far was a gift that was leading me forward onto the right path, the path that is really true for me. So in July, you also have opportunities to make various choices, but you're seeing these as something to be confused about. So this is really about allowing yourself to move past that, and see them as a reason to celebrate. See them as something. See them as something that will take you onto a new path. So if there is more than one opportunity, there's even more reason why you should be connecting, meditating on a daily basis, getting in touch with nature, and don't get thrown off. It almost feels as if you make this decision earlier in the month, or something beautiful comes through, and then a bit later on you're tempted by something else, because it's like, oh, now suddenly there are too many choices, there are too many possibilities and options. But your heart already knows what it was that you were going to choose when you let yourself get in touch with your higher self and you let it guide you into doing the choosing. When you let your higher self do the choosing for you, when you cut out the noise of what everyone else thinks is the right thing or the sensible thing, and all of those aspects of choice making that can sort of ambush us every now and again. When you let go of all of that, you already had a sense, sort of the beginning, the middle of the month, of what was really right for you. So towards the end of the month, if you do start to get other opportunities coming in, try not to get too seduced by anything that is not quite the right thing. Again, make your own choices, make your own decisions, but you have to set sail at some point in terms of really believing in your own personal vision. Whew, that's such a big one, isn't it? I think that's a big one for everyone, because it takes so much trust. It really does, and it's not always a straight path. So you're being encouraged in July to take hold of all the things that are working for you and to move forward with them, to take hold of the little seeds that you've sown and the little nuggets of truth that have appeared and the sparks of possibility and light that you were convinced about earlier, and to just believe in them a bit more and just trust them. And even if you do have to find ways of juggling a few things, that's okay. See that as a good thing, because maybe at the beginning of the month you didn't have those opportunities, and you can't get this wrong. You're not going to get so absorbed in something else that you forget the path again, because this July is a month of reawakening to that path. So this time when you take on other things, you'll be doing it from an informed place, from a place of, from intentionality. So if you have to do other things for a while to help to facilitate your dream going forward, remember this reading can be for sowing the seeds of the actions that you'll take several months going forward. So it's okay to compromise a little bit, to juggle, to do a bit of this, to do a bit of that. Just make things work for you. Okay. So, and finally, oh my goodness. Just could not be more perfect. You've got career transition. Your life purpose is triggering a blessed career transition, a career change. So you need to go with that. You are about to discover a pearl, a sparkling diamond somewhere, something that you've overlooked or something that you haven't given its full credit in the past, something about yourself, a gift that you have, something that you are able to develop into a real career that has lasting stability and that gives you the security that you're craving. It's almost as if you suddenly realize in July that a lot of the things that you think are going to give you that security will only take you so far in terms of the lifestyle that you want. It's going to bring you a limited lifestyle. You're looking to move out of survival mode now, turning that sword, the Ace of Swords, upright for me, which I felt intuitively guided to do, is like saying, I take my power back. I take my power back. I am going to decide what is right for me, and I am going to make it happen because I have the skills within me, and I know that only I can create that limitless life that I'm after. Call upon your friends, call upon your colleagues, call upon your family, give notice and let everyone know that you intend to be your real self now going forward. And yeah, have a great July. Let me know what you're planning to do in July. I'd love to hear about it. And of course, if you want to go into more depth, book a personal reading. All the links are below. Bye, group number 2. Group number 1, thank you very much for listening. Hope you enjoyed your reading. Hi, group number 2. If you chose this group, your 2 cards are staying focused and a new strategy is required. So staying focused, holding the course, continuing with what you've started, continuing right to the end, seeing it through. A new strategy is required. It means your plans are not necessarily wrong. They just may need tweaking. It may mean that you need to find a different way to achieve what you're hoping to achieve. The card also says you will be finding the path to love and happiness. So keep trusting in your path moving forward, because it's not only going to bring you to a plan that you're hoping to create, it's also going to bring you to a greater level of fulfillment and joy and peace, and also abundant love. So let's see what else. Let's see what this is about. What do you need to stay focused on? Okay. So we've got Crystal and Indigo children, and we've got Release Your Inner Rebel. So group number 2, a lot of you are extremely sensitive. A lot of you are, some of you might actually be responsible for children who are very sensitive, whether that's as parents or as teachers or carers, in some capacity. But this could be you and your inner child and the way that you've been making your way through the world. And in July, you're going to have more of a sense of just allowing yourself to be, the sensitive. You've also got Release Your Inner Rebel. This card comes up a lot for these groups. You're being asked to just release your inner rebel, connect with your inner child, connect with your sensitivity, and see it as a good thing. In July, it could be that some of you have opportunities to work with children. It could be that some of you have opportunities to work in a very crystalline, an indigo kind of way. So it could be that you start to stand up for a cause. It could be that you create something that is some kind of vibrational medicine. It could be that you simply recognize all of those elements within yourself a lot more, and you start to live in a way that's much more aligned with your sensitivities, that doesn't, that you don't find too abrasive. You've also got Walk in Beauty. So it's also time for you to ask yourself, what is the most beautiful life I could create that does allow me to live in harmony with my natural sensitivities, my natural inclinations, my desire for beauty, my desire to walk in my truth and to be free of constraints. And it feels as if you have some prosperity coming in from doing and protecting what you love and from expressing your creativity, group number 2. So July, you could see the signs of that. You could see the beginning of the possibility that you could actually do something you really love and earn a living from it. So you're being asked to stay focused on that. That's starting to make more sense now. So it could be that it's time for you to trust yourself a bit more in that respect and to break out. But one of the things you've been worried about is whether you'd actually be able to make a living from it, whether that could actually become something that you could live from, that you could call your job, that you could call your work. It's time for a new beginning for you, group number 2. And within that new beginning, you have so many things opening up for you. You have beautiful soulmate adventures. You have a particular soulmate relationship that's either going to be starting, blossoming, cementing itself, or deepening if you're already in one. So look out for that. And if you're not looking and you're not interested, because someone is definitely going to say that, then it's just your relationship with yourself that will be deepening, or you will be becoming more of a person who could be ready for that kind of union in the future. We're not really meant to live alone. We're not built that way. So July for some of you is definitely the month when that is starting to look like a greater possibility. The enrichment that comes from a connection that you're already in that feels like a soulmate relationship, that's just going to become so much more heartfelt. And if you're in a relationship, a connection that isn't right, that does feel edgy or stagnant or stale, as if you've been holding on for the wrong reasons, you are going to start to loosen those grips a bit, because you have Archangel Samuel helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship, whether it's a present one or one in the future. So July is going to be a very important time for you to get grounded as well, to explore, how deeply you can ground yourself in the earth and be happy. And in part, this could be to do with the fact that you are discovering new creative ways to bring in prosperity, and you're starting to feel less disillusioned about life. But it's also possible that with this awakening of love, you're going to feel more supported. You're going to feel more as if you're not just in this by yourself all the time, as if there is someone in your corner. It definitely feels like a time for us to come together, for partnerships to come together, for people to actually meet that divinely ordained spiritual counterpart, and to come together to create something very meaningful for the world. So if you're looking for that, just be very aware that July could be an important month, not only for coming together with that person, but also possibly for realizing that you are ready, realizing that your heart is open, realizing that you are open to that journey. So that's really exciting. My eyes just keep being drawn back to that card. It feels very important, and I'm hearing, yes, tell them it's also about finding the right thing. So Archangel Samuel is not only the angel who helps us to find that divine partnership. Archangel Samuel also helps us to find the right thing, whether that's the right career path, the right place to live, the right next adventure, the right friendship group, the right tribe. All of those things, the right way to earn a living, the right way to express our creativity. So having Archangel Samuel guiding you this strongly in July is a real blessing that will run through all of your life, and it's going to make a lot of things seem very straightforward to you now if you've had any confusion about what's possible. So really get grounded. Some of you are going to be doing a lot of root chakra work, group 2, a lot of really connecting and getting that sense of the earth might have felt like a bit of a weird place to you for a long time, that you were slightly at odds with it or couldn't ever quite make it work exactly the way you wanted to on the material plane. But it definitely feels as if this is a new beginning for you in terms of prosperity and finances in July, and not only in terms of bringing that abundance in, but also in terms of new ideas, new inspirations, new guidance from the angelic realm as to how you could make that new beginning work for you. Okay, you have the Magician in reverse, so remember to be aware of your magic. Remember to take hold of that baton and just remind yourself daily that you have the power to create the life of your choosing, that you are the magician, that you are a supreme manifester, that once you've decided what it is you really want, you do have the power to manifest it. So start scripting, start seeing your way forward. Don't get into negative thinking. Just keep taking the steps each day, more baby steps, more baby steps, more baby steps, and just keep going until those baby steps take you on a journey, on what actually feels like a journey rather than just a tiptoe forward into what might be possible, a leap, several leaps into your highest potential. You've also got clairvoyance, group number 2. So for some of you, you will be using your clairvoyance. You could be using other psychic gifts. Doesn't have to mean strictly clairvoyance. It could be clairaudience. It could be clairsentience, claircognizance. It could be any of your psychic or intuitive faculties. But for those of you who are clairvoyant, it could be that you will start to get stronger dreams in July. And even if you're not clairvoyant, it could be that you start to get visions, that you start to see more in your meditations, that you start to see more possibilities, that you start to see orbs even, not necessarily in your mind's eye, but you start to see orbs in the room, that you start to see other potential sources of help and assistance around you. It's possible for some of you that you just start to see your way forward. You start to picture yourself as that person who can do your best work, your most exciting, follow your greatest excitement and receive abundance for it. It could be that your guides are trying to awaken your spiritual sight fully so that you can clearly see the way forward, so that you can clearly see your guides and angels around you and see how much you are loved, how much you are supported and valued, and how much hope there is for you going forward. So July is going to be a really powerful month for this group, in terms of just really trusting in your journey and calling on help from the unseen and the angelic realms. There is some stuck energy around you, and I feel this could be to do with self-belief, a lack of self-belief, not wanting to move on from relationships that don't really serve you, or if it's not that, if you're totally happy in that respect, not wanting to move on from a career that isn't quite right for you anymore, or a way of earning money that just doesn't really suit you or fit with you anymore, or a home that's limiting you in some way, or a way of thinking that prevents you from moving on, and you're being asked to trust the angels that they will guide you, but you have to take the first step, that you have to trust the path that you've chosen, and you have to move towards it, and then they will be able to help you much more. Then they'll be able to add to what you're already creating, but they can't do it for you. They can't make that choice for you. They can't take the steps for you. So call upon Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, Raphael, and ask them to connect with you and to guide you on your path. Stop worrying about the past. There's so much opening up for you now. In July, group number 2, it feels as if you are going to be able to start to let go of your thoughts about loss, thoughts about things that didn't work out, people, places and things that turned out not to be quite right for you, heartbreaks, letdowns, setbacks, things that you imagined would turn out one way but that didn't quite turn out that way. You're being given a clean slate. You're being given the Ace of Wands. It's so funny seeing that right next to the Magician holding up his baton. It's like the message is the same. It's up to you to take it. Take that creativity, take that creative gift, wave your wand and say, this is me, this is my new beginning, this is my potential, and I can make this happen, and I will make this happen. You also have listened to the eternal song of your soul. So this, definitely could be one for people who are making music. It could be one for people who are involved in any kind of creative endeavor. But if you're a musician, it's extremely relevant to you. What else? Faraway places, get ready for new horizons. So for some of you, it's time for you to go on an adventure. It's time for you to go traveling. Some of you are feeling trapped where you are, feeling as if you can't live your full potential in the environment that you find yourself in at the moment. You know that your path is calling you forward. It's almost as if you want to. It's a really weird. I've just been given a really weird image. It's like, okay, let's use the example of the musician, but apply it however you will to your circumstances. It's as if you've got this dream, you want to make music, you want to trust yourself, you know that path is for you, and you're trying to move forward, but you're doing all your work in an environment that limits you somehow. So it's almost as if what you need, and you're dreaming, you're going to be on tour and you're going to make records and you're going to do this and you're going to do that, and it's going to be incredible to live that as your life. But all the time you're living in this stuck energy, and this stuck energy, some of the people, places and things around you remind you of losses and failures of the past, things that didn't quite work out. And it's almost as if what you need to do is go on tour and then get the bookings. if that makes sense. So you need to put yourself in the new environment and figure it out on the road. So I hope that makes sense to you. And, just apply it to whatever it is that you're doing, if it makes sense to you. Try not to stagnate. Try not to do anything too rash at the same time. But also, if you're feeling trapped, and you're dreaming of new horizons, sometimes we do just need to trust that. Let's pick another card, see whether that's real or just thinking, that sense of being trapped. We're looking at the eight of Swords here. Let's see what else comes up. Page of Pentacles, Devil in reverse. Yeah, you have to set yourself free. You are the one you're waiting for. It's that simple. You might need to study something. You might be waiting for a message from someone else, hoping they're going to fix it for you, sort it out for you. But it's like, it's much more likely that they'll join you if it looks as if things are coming together. And it's exactly the same with spirit guides. They will be much more inclined to help you when you help yourself. It's much more that way with collaborators. They will be much more inclined to help you if they can visibly see what you're actually doing and what your intentions are, and think of the great sense of satisfaction and personal fulfillment you'll get from just knowing what you can accomplish and what you can do for yourself. And it will open doors for you. It will open doors and things will be quite magical. Let me know if that resonated with you, and if you'd like to take a deeper dive and see how that sort of energy relates specifically to you and your situation, or any question that you have, anything at all that you'd like to explore, whether you want to explore it through a reading or through mentoring, through learning how to connect with your guides, or just how to become more still, how to clear energy that's blocking you, just get in touch. All the links are below the video. And otherwise, please share the video with other people if you enjoyed it, and leave me a comment below. Let me know what you thought. Okay, bye, group number 2. Have a great July. Bye. Hi, group number 3, and welcome to your reading, looking at what's coming for you in July. So the cards that you've got are, as your main guiding principles, are live in this world as a dreamer and ascending the mountain. Keep going forward. So for you, group number 3, July is going to be a month when you start to allow yourself to dream again. You start to allow yourself to dream again. I love this. When I first looked at that, I thought, I really like the energy of that, but I'm not sure why. Now I get it, because now that I'm looking at the cards and listening to my guides, the message is starting to come through. You start to allow yourself to dream again. So it could be that you've gotten to a place in life where you've been climbing a particular mountain, and you have realized that maybe that mountain isn't the whole story. You are being asked to keep going forward. Sorry, I'm trying to get a fan blowing. It's extremely hot in London at the moment. You are being asked to continue going forward. You are being asked to continue climbing the mountain, but the mountain is a mountain of your awareness, trying to get to the truest truth of who you are, of what you really want, of what's really going to bring you joy and satisfaction in life. Live as a dreamer in the world means to also give yourself time and space to do that dreaming. So, try not to fill all of your spare time with activity. Take time to meditate, take time to think, and just feel your way through what it is that you're hoping to achieve, what it is you're hoping to manifest. It feels as if in July, if you've been working extremely hard, you will get a little bit of a breather, things slackening off ever so slightly to give you time to breathe, time to live in the world as a dreamer, time to dream a bit more and think about whether the course that you're on is right, whether you want to do a slight course correction and how you might do that. But you are being asked to keep moving forward no matter what, but just do it with more thoughtfulness. Again, that prosperity card, it's really weird. Group 2 got the prosperity card, and I've just realized somehow in my Archangel Oracle deck, I've ended up with 2 prosperity cards. I don't know how this has happened. It's the same card twice in this deck. So, okay, well, let's just accept it for both groups. So July, prosperity coming in, and it feels like a gift. It feels like it's coming just at the right time. You're getting a big hello from heaven. It feels as if it's an answer to your prayers. Something is coming that you've been asking for. Lots of lovely things coming that you've been asking for in July. Very interesting. You've also got an interesting message here, which is that some of your desires are actually holding you back. Some of your desires are keeping you in a mindset that's stopping you from seeing what's truly for your highest good. So try not to focus too much on wanting what you think you want because you think it's going to make you happy, and spend more time trying to connect with higher wisdom so that that will show you what would really bring you happiness. I hope that makes sense. Your deepest desires constrain you. Let them go to clear your mind. So don't fixate on anything in July, group number 3. Try to let go and let yourself be guided a bit more, because it could be that something that seems like this great vision, this great idea, this great thing that you can accomplish that's going to change everything, it's actually probably not for your highest good and your greatest happiness. And it could be that you're about to find that out. It's time for you to have a bit more fun, a bit more play, a bit more romance in your life. Just chill out a little bit, group number 3. Trust that there's a divine plan. It feels as if you might feel as if you're walking through this sort of desert landscape at the moment, wondering like, hello, is there anyone out there? Can anybody hear me? What's happening here? Who am I? Where am I going? But there is something beautiful, always something beautiful shaping up, because the universe is divine and beautiful and perfect, and is always guiding us in the right direction, whether we can see it and comprehend it or not. So just trust that there is a mystic level that's actually working in your favor. You also have a lot of healing running through you in July, group number 3. And just as I said that, I felt this tremendous need to stop and breathe. So it could be that some of you have been overdoing it a little bit. It could be that this healing is coming in because some of you do need to take a pause, and you need to receive healing from the universe, from the world, from a different way of life, something that's more peaceful, more calm, something that connects you to a greater level of experience in life. Just be aware of what you're choosing and why you're choosing it, and choose the path that is actually going to support your health and well-being going forward. I don't know if some of you in group 3 have had any kind of difficulty with breathing, or some kind of respiratory thing going on, or some kind of anxiety, something that interferes with your ability to breathe deeply. But I highly recommend that in July you take a little bit of a step back from anything, let's say, in life and work that tends to stress you out. And this might be what makes sense of the overall message, that it's possible that the kind of work, career, ambitions that you have held for a long time and that you still have going forward might not be the best for your health. And you cannot put a price on your health. If you have health in life, you can go anywhere and do anything. You can build, you can still build, and you can enjoy your creations. But if your health is failing for the sake of something that looks good on paper, or that looks like a good idea, it's just not worth it, because you don't actually know if you're going to be able to enjoy it when you get there anyway. If you're not enjoying the journey, group number 3, and this isn't always the case, this is just this reading in this moment for this group. Sometimes you do have to be tenacious and go after what you want, and sometimes we do have to work very hard, and sometimes that can be stressful. And sometimes even things can have an impact on our health. And then, we take a step back, we repair, we heal, we indulge in extreme self-care. But this message, I don't feel that you're applying those principles, this group. I don't feel there is extreme self-care happening. You seem driven. If it doesn't apply to you, maybe this isn't your group, but I want to speak to those people who've come to this group, because it feels as if the universe is trying to speak to you and trying to say to you, there's time for everything. There's a time for everything under the sun, a time and a season for everything under the under the sun, there is a time for growth, and there is a time for accomplishment and achievement and ambition. And what's for you will not pass you by. But you can't do anything without your health. Take care of your vessel, take care of your physical body, and it will take you around the world for decades to come, and you'll be able to enjoy that journey as well. Gates of triumph. Success expands in your life. So that is your path to success. Group number 3, stepping back for a while, doing some extreme self-care. And it's really funny, none of the cards are saying extreme self-care, but I feel as if my guides keep saying it. Extreme self-care, and they're nodding. Extreme self-care for this group. Take care of your physical body, and you can have the triumph that you are seeking. If you have been overdoing it, take a little bit of time, at the weekend to go and do something really nice for yourself that makes you feel strong, that makes you feel healthy. And if you need to consult with any physicians or anything, if there's anything concerning you, do make sure that you get it checked out. I'm not saying that there is anything, but if you are feeling stressed, deal with the stress, heal from the stress, and then come back to what you're doing, and that's when you'll get your triumph. Also, sometimes when we're stressed, we can't think clearly. We can't actually get all the answers. We can't get the muse. We can't get the inspiration and the ideas that would really help us to move forward. So it's almost as if we're working against ourselves. Take time, step back, breathe, get inspired again, and things will go much more smoothly, more quickly, and with far less effort. The gates of triumph will open up, and success will expand in your life, because you won't be bashing your head against a wall. A little bit self-punishing, some of the routines you might have in this group. Feel the power of your blood and your ancestors. You have so much strength and power running through you in July, group number 3. You really are setting yourself up for a great victory in life and career, and new passion in all areas of your life. And it feels as if you are being asked to take care of your body so that you are prepared for this. So it's not telling you not to be ambitious. It's actually quite the opposite. It's asking you to manage the energy, manage your body, look after your health, so that when these amazing things start opening up, July and going forward, I'm feeling July to September feels like a very important period. You will be able to handle it. You will be able to manage all of those things. I kind of feel as if you're going to be turning a corner very soon, in the middle towards the end of July, turning a corner in terms of what you're able to achieve, and passion projects that actually are dearer to your heart than what you've been doing. Your higher self is trying to guide you. Your higher self is guiding you very strongly, and you are going back and forth. Oh my goodness, not quite trusting yourself, not knowing whether you can do this or not. Perhaps going back to a relationship or a partnership or an alliance or a job, or a series of career possibilities that just don't suit you anymore. Can I do it? Can't I do it? Can I do it? Can't I do it? Yes, I can. Today I can. I believe I can. I'm excited. I'm going to look into this process and that process and contact this person, that. And then a couple of days later, oh, what was I thinking? Who am I kidding? I can't do that. Self-belief. Your higher self is guiding you very strongly into self-belief. And one of the ways that you can actually get that self-belief is to learn to look after yourself. We talk about self-love, and something that we've made the mistake of doing a lot, I think, especially in Western culture, where we tend to focus an awful lot on our thinking and on making sense of words through their meaning mentally, rather than the vibration of those words and what those words actually mean in practice, in the doing. You are being asked in July to love yourself, not as an idea, not as a principle, but as a series of actions. Yes, be loving to yourself. Say no to things that feel unloving. Say yes to things that feel like, oh, I'm really loving myself. I'm treating myself the way I would treat someone I absolutely adored. I'm going to get myself that lovely treatment, whatever, massage, facial, whatever it is that helps you to feel loved. I'm going to get myself that walk by the sea. I'm going to give myself that day of just decompressing and, being calm. I'm going to give myself that workout, or whatever it is that helps you to get back in your body and out of your head. All of those things are ways of showing self-love and self-compassion, and it's really important that you do that in July. July, you have Three of Cups, you have the Page of Cups. There's a lot of potential for celebration, but you have to see things in that way. I feel that in this group, you often deny yourself celebration. You often focus on just getting the achievements done, or focus on the things that you didn't manage to achieve and are not very nice to yourself about that. You're being asked to celebrate all the things that you have achieved, to get together with friends, just go have coffee with someone, friends or a partner, or just, just by yourself even, just sit and stare and gaze, people watch, bring a book with you, spend some time just celebrating how far you've come in life and how much you have actually achieved. Because if you can't appreciate where you are right now, what makes you think you're going to appreciate where you are when you achieve the next milestone or you get the next thing? It's all about the journey. It's all about the quality of life. That's what tells you whether you have the ability to be happy. And if you don't have the ability to be happy, then you don't have the ability to be happy when you're successful or when you're unsuccessful as you perceive it. Okay, so focus on your happiness in July. Group number 3, that's what's coming for you. Opportunities to be happy, and ironically, that could be what triggers you more than anything. That you get you get lots of opportunities to be happy. Little people, little treats. People coming, offering you little treats, little possibilities, little sprinkles of joy, and then you having this temptation to say no because I need to work on this and I need to do this and I need to get that done. You're being asked to say yes to these little moments of joy and ask yourself how it would feel to live a life of happiness, even if there was nothing else that I ever achieved again, even if there was nothing, I owned nothing, I felt that I had done nothing and I am nothing. What would make me really happy? What are those moments? Because in our last moments, those are the things we remember. Remember the love we've experienced, the love we've given, the love we've received, and we remember those small moments, the small things. The small things are so important. So July is going to be a month full of potential for you to enjoy life more and enjoy more of the small things, and then you will be ready to come back from those moments of restfulness. Look at that, you've got milestones. You couldn't make this up. I will at some point get back to doing videos. Oh gosh, I can't show you these things when it's just audio, but you've got the milestone card. Celebrate your milestones. Celebrate every single one of them. You will be able to live more joyfully with your accomplishments and your achievements if you give yourself time to just enjoy the bits in between, the bits that you don't even see as really being life sometimes, as being relevant. Nurture those small moments and let them grow. Nurture your ability to be happy, and then you will find that you can be happy anywhere, with anything, in any circumstances. And that's what's coming for you in July. A lot of happiness, a lot of possibility, a lot of victories, and big realizations about how far you've come and how much you do have to be grateful for, and also the potential to have a renewed passion with your life and career goals and your dreams. And then towards the end of the month, you are about to take a leap of faith. You are about to finally take a chance on yourself, group number 3, and live in more joy. But taking that leap of faith cannot be the thing that leads to the joy. You must now program yourself to receive joy, to experience joy, to live in joy. Otherwise, nothing will give that to you. Yes, I hope that makes sense to you, group number 3. There's so much more I want to say about it, but let's just leave it there for now, because I think the messages are all there within this reading. Go back and listen the second time if that will help you. If you'd like a deeper dive, book a reading or book some healing, or mentoring or energy clearing, all the links are below the video. I hope you enjoyed this. Please comment and let me know, and please share these videos with people you love or people, you know, on your social media platforms, and help me to grow and to serve more people and to be more present and to commit to that path, you know, without all the other things getting in the way. I love to be of service to you. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see me do on this channel, if there are any other types of videos that you'd enjoy, or if you have any pick a card topics that you'd like me to explore. Okay, that's it, group number 3. Have a great July, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye.